Remote Desktop Protocol (RDP) was developed by Microsoft to provide the graphical terminal for remote connection client. This functionality is also known as terminal server or terminal services. It listens for TCP connection on TCP port 3389. In essence, RDP allows a client to connect server through a software interface. The user is presented what look like a complete desktop through its disk application. It can also run an application mode which loads the shortcut from the user desktop and appears as if it is standard application. In reality, it is an RDP session established from the server. Every version of Windows since XP has a copy of RDP client installed. A version of RDP server was introduced into a Windows XP version as safe for home. The act as a remote administration portal. Terminal services have been available on Windows servers since Windows NT4 Terminal Server Edition. Standard Windows servers since 2000 have included terminal services allowing to user to connect remotely for administrative purpose. The newest version supports a plethora of great features like 32-bit color, TLS 1 to 8-bit encryption using RC4 algorithm, audio redirection which allow audio to be processed remotely then sent to the client, file system redirection allowing local files to use over the RDP session, printer redirection which allow local printer to use over a remote session, board redirection for use a local port over the remote session, clipboard sharing. Terminal services gateway now allow a client to connect via port 443 to an ISA server. This will a proxy client internal terminal server bandwidth tuning for WAN connectivity. Multiple monitor sports remote FX was introduced in Windows Server 2008 R2 Service Pack 1 to include virtualized GPU support like sports popular software packages. There are open source versions for non-Windows operating system like Linux and Mac. These cover both client and server versions. Browsers based clients are starting to gain in popularity. This prevent an admin from having to install any client software where more and more enterprises are moving to the thin client model. With this mean user connect via lightweight terminal from their remote office to central server. This central terminal server is usually collected in a data center. Data center generally have redundant power as well as redundant connectivity which will provide a higher level of reliability for in clients. Central server also lower the administrative burden for CIS admin. Instead of maintaining multiple desktop PCs, they only have to facilitate update on a handful of server. The thin client usually cost less than traditional PCs, so don't need to be cycled out a regular interval. RDP is the key to many enterprises, and now you should have a few solid ideas why.